Good morning. Okay, technically it's not morning anymore, but it kind of still feels like it. So we are going to see what kind of potholes we can find today, just for you guys. Okay. As you can see, it is sunshiny today. Again, 2 days in a row we have sunshine. It's a little warm, but not really. I mean, it's enough for a light hoodie. The idea of warm here is slightly different than the idea of warm in other places. We are about to drive down through Little Five Points, which is an eclectic area, or it was for a while. It's changed a little bit. But Little Five Points is where you'll find some interesting, for the most part, you used to be able to. It's like I said, it's changed a little bit, like everywhere in Atlanta. Find some interesting stores and restaurants, and usually there used to be, like if you Google Atlanta poetry guy, he used to run around down here. He'd chase you down and spout poetry at you. The little live bands and other buskers would hang out here. There's still a few. It's still kind of eclectic. It's not as eclectic as it used to be, just because of the gentrification of Atlanta in general. It's hit everywhere. It's even now going into East Atlanta Village, which I didn't think that would even happen, but I should have known better. Uh-oh, we're going to be behind a bus. That's not cool. Let's get out from behind this bus. Okay, and that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to get around this bus. Junkman's Daughter is on the right. This is the Vortex up here, which is one of the first restaurants, and I will definitely be making that a thumbnail later, hopefully. It was one of the first restaurants that had all the crazy hamburgers. And with it being a little bit nicer today, normally I would go straight here, but we're going to drive down through Little Five. With it being a little bit nicer today, there are a few people out here. You know, now would be a good time to have a 360 camera, or at least something that was wider that would get both sides. Hey Keystone, how are you this morning? Welcome to the channel, for the stream. Oh wow, that Indian restaurant's gone. Boarded up. Euclid Avenue Yacht Club right there is a really, really good restaurant. But this is Little Five Points, and this is pretty much what it, there's an old school here on the right. Those are condos now. And Seven Stages and Variety Playhouse are very popular venues. A lot of big name people come through there. There's the Elmere. That's been a couple different things over the years. It's a Mexican restaurant now. We're going to go down here and do a Yui and then come back up. And you guys can see the other side of it. Horizon Theater is here on the left. It's just a little theater place, kind of out of the way. You wouldn't know about it unless you knew it was there. They used to have the circus company in there, the Jugglers Association and all that, and I think they've since moved over to the Arab Shrine. I don't want to go home. I have things I need. I think I have so much homework to do, but it's so nice out, and it's not nice enough to sit outside and do homework. It's way too cold. This is Inman Park we're going into down here, and this is the oldest part of Atlanta as far as the mansion areas, I guess. The old mansions are in here, old money. They don't look like mansions now, but they were back then. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of where I want to turn around at. A lot of these houses are they're divided up into apartments now. I like this house here, and this is a good example right here of this house right here, of the types of houses you'll find down here in Atlanta, in Inman Park. Go up in here and turn around. The reason why we're not going to go out that way and come out is because I would have to make a left onto DeKalb Avenue. Nobody wants that unless there's a light. And there's not a light on any of these streets to make a left on DeKalb Avenue. So we're going to go back up here and come back out through Little 5. Now this big greenhouse that I showed you, it's an old house. This house right here is a new McMansion. There's a lot of those. And when I say new, I'm like in the last 15, 20 years. New doesn't mean yesterday. There's a lot of older houses up here, like that one up there is beautiful, but I think that's a remodel as well. Come down through here. Yeah. We're going to shortcut here instead of going back up through Little 5. There's enough. I don't know if those are condos or apartments up there. I don't remember. I think they're apartments. Up on the hill. This house over here is kind of neat. It's got a little, that is kind of neat. Multi-layered house. It's got a little attic-y thing on the top. You'll find a lot of eclectic houses down here. All kind of sandwiched in amongst themselves. I like the craftsman style houses the best, I think. And the Victorians, but Victorians aren't practical for me. Now we are going down to DeKalb Avenue where this guy is stopping at a green light. There's a restaurant down here on the left. You'll see probably a bunch of cars parked there. And that's Fox Brothers Barbecue. It's supposed to be really good. Yeah. Meh. And everything, there's not much to see on the right, so I'm going to angle you guys to the left so you can see things on the left, other than potholes. The only thing there is on the right now is a wall. It's on the other side of it, it's the train tracks for MARTA and the freight trains. I'm not yawning. This is the Edgewick Handler Park MARTA station. When I first started driving through here, it looked really run down. And since I had moved out here, like all these buildings on the left, people live in them. The ones that aren't stores or offices, people live in now. Like this one right here on the left, that fence, people live in there. They've converted a lot of them very nicely into condos and apartments. And in some cases, they just tear the building down and build new, like these ones up here on the corner. There's a cool mural down here on the left. It's been here for a very long time, so it's kind of faded. But I'm going to take you down to the right first because I want to show you guys something down here. And then we'll come back up. This is Arizona Avenue. And I've had you guys down here. Oh, wow, they tore that building completely down. I've had you guys down here before in one of my streams. but we came from the other direction. These are the lofts. This is an old office park that they built into, or factory that they built into lofts. I really like those, but it's confusing to find things in there if you're not familiar with them. But down here straight ahead, you're going to see what's called Pullman Yard. And Pullman Yard is where they film a lot. It's directly ahead of us. That big warehouse that you can kind of see part of right now, right there, that is in so many movies, including Fast and the Furious. You can't really see much of it from this side because they put this fencing up here so you can't see while they do their filming and stuff. They're filming something in there now. There's cars in there. Trucks are gone, so they must just be maybe they're just scouting or something. Just a couple cars in there. We're going to turn around and come back up. But it's kind of funny because it's the Fast and the Furious where they go to Brazil. There's a ball field back there now. They pan out and show the outside of the warehouse, and it's this warehouse because it's where they filmed, and they took a drone up or a helicopter or something and filmed it from up above. But then they photoshopped it into the barrio in Brazil, in Rio, which is just hilarious to me. I don't know if you can see through the fencing at all very much. Maybe you can pause it after the stream and come back and kind of see in between the... Some of that was falling down, and they've since put it back up. They try to keep people out of there because it is an abandoned warehouse, and there are dangerous parts to it. Yeah, there's a car in there. It's probably, actually, that car's probably security. But they're very, very weird about people going in there. And if you are here, number one, thank you for stopping by. Number two, when I'm driving, I can't read the chat, and I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. Straight ahead, on the other side, those are the La France lofts. And they used to be like an office building warehouse in the front, and I think they built the other stuff in the back just to add on to it. They're condos now as well. They did all that about 15 years ago, maybe. This gives us a little bit better view of part of the mural coming from this way. Here's that building farther out, warehouse. Giant holes in the road. Pay attention. There's a dry cleaner right there that always has a now hiring sign out front. Not sure why. There's a spider in my car. Out. Just killed it, so putting him out. We are headed into downtown Decatur now. All this stuff on the right is MARTA stuff. That's our transit system. You hear MARTA train beeping. There's a big hole there I just went through. The holes aren't as bad when you're not going so fast. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Sometimes if you go over the holes faster, you feel them less because you kind of sail over them. That's my thoughts. Some more flowering dogwoods. Tis the season, tis pollen season as well, which is why I kind of sound horrible. My sinuses do not enjoy the pollen. I'm not allergic to pollen, but I'm allergic to dust. And what is pollen but greenish yellow dust? Fun, fun. We're now officially in Decatur, city of Decatur. City of Decatur is not that big, but there's a lot of area that calls itself Decatur that's like unincorporated Decatur, unincorporated DeKalb County, just has a Decatur address. This is the East Lake MARTA station. And you've heard me mention planters before, I think. These are the planters. If you've heard me mention them and haven't seen them, they are the joke of Decatur. I need to quit moving that around when I'm driving so that it stays where it needs to be. And as you can see, we embrace the outdoors when it gets sunshiny out. In the spring and in the fall, you will see people out everywhere all day long in the city. In the summer and the coldest parts of the winter, you still see them, but not as much. But in the summer, when it's hot, during the day, you won't see anybody out. And about dusk, everybody all of a sudden will come out. Hey, Addie Family Adventures, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming to visit me. I cannot see the chat while I'm driving, and I haven't been able to stop that much this trip to read it. So there's a bar on the left called Thinking Man Tavern, and they do trivia and all kinds of fun brain games there. Yes, everybody's starting to crawl outside today. I have a few things I need to do outside today as well. But I'm going to go to the thrift store right now because I have some bags I need to donate. We have a thrift store here that their profits go towards animal rescue. And it's generally where I donate things. And then as well, I tend to end up with a collection of plastic bags, and that's where those go as well because they use them for their customers to take things home. And this college over here that you're going to see when I turn left is called Agnes Scott University. And it's a women's college. And they also film a lot there during the summer. I can't remember the name of the series, but the movie where Martin Lawrence played an undercover police officer where he dressed as a woman, an old woman, that was filmed here. Yes, everybody's coming out of hibernation today. have to go home and do all my homework I didn't do yesterday, as well as schedule my week. I never, due to, being self-employed and doing what I do as a self-employed person, I very rarely can take a whole day just off from homework, off from work, off from, because when you're self-employed, not only do you have the actual business that you run, but you have all of the admin, the marketing, there's all kinds of things that you need to do and keep up on the scheduling. Plus, my self-employed is I take care of animals when people go on vacation. So that's, not something that, like if I have people on vacation constantly, I have to go out every day and take care of animals. It's not, I can't just say, oh, I'm not going to go today, I'm going to take today off, because animals can't do that. They're live, they need to feed, eat, they need to play, they need interaction. So there are times, especially basically October through December and into the beginning of January, I have no days off at all. That's just not possible. January and February are my slowest months of the year. January this year wasn't as slow. February was really bad, so I'm still bouncing back from that, and we're about to get into spring break where everybody's going on vacations. And I'll be busy again March and April. It'll slow down a little bit in May, somewhat, but I'll be busy again until I'll be normal busy again until October, when it will just go crazy. Crazy busy October, November, and December. Which is all good. Kind of enjoy the extra time in February, but at the same time, when you're slow, you have to plan for that loss of income. But I do other things to kind of pick up slack. Either that or just stay at the bare minimum of expenses and things, so that I don't have to, I don't have any extra cash. January and February, it's hard to plan for things. In June, I'm taking a week off to go down to Disney, depending on what happens with the coronavirus and all that. So it's entirely possible that I may not be able to go on that. I don't know, but I haven't gone forward with a lot of plans. As far as I've bought the tickets to the thing I need to go to, but I haven't purchased anything else yet, because I kind of want to wait and see what happens over the next month or so. I don't know what they're doing over there on the right. They've got the yellow tape. They must be going to trim the bushes back again. This is Avondale Estates, very tiny town. Tiny, tiny town. It's like a thrift store. There's like 10 thrift stores at least. I haven't sat down and counted them all, right in this mile square. And there's a restaurant here on the corner. It's called the Stratford now. For a while, it was called Palookaville, which you may have seen on one of the Food Network shows. There was a barbecue show on the Cooking Channel, I believe, with Jim Stacy on it. Jim Stacy was the owner of Palookaville. He owned the Palookaville food truck, and they came into the bar here. He went to go brick and mortar for a while, and he found it just wasn't really, brick and mortar wasn't really his thing, which is understandable. It's just like me, punching a clock is not my thing. I need self-employed, I may work more. Yeah, I don't have a regular paycheck. I have to count on myself, and the thrift store we're going to is right here on the right. And I may work more, but I don't know. It's punching a clock is just not for me. Ooh, parking space. So this thrift store has two parts to it. It has a front or apparels and regular thrift store type things. And then all the furniture is over here. We're going to go over there first and wander around, and then I will go over there and wander around in there. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, and I appreciate everybody who stopped by to watch. And if you don't mind, hit the like button. And definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you know when we do our lives if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you all in the streams later today. I'm going to try to stay out of some of the streams because I get in the streams and then I don't do my homework. I think I'm going to take a break for a minute, and then I get in the streams, and the next thing I know, I didn't get my homework done. So I may not be in as many streams tonight, but we'll see. But I will see you guys later. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.